Thanks, listeners, for joining us for Wellness Wednesday today, brought to you by Vitality Unlimited Program Services, known as the VIPs, and our Vitality Center for Residential Treatment. Today's guest, Marianne McKown, joins us, and she is, of course, coordinating outreach and helping our community heal and find out more about these great programs and services available at Vitality. Thank you so much, Marianne. It's always great to catch up with you.
Well, thank you for having me on the show, Lori.
Absolutely. It's we have a lot to talk about, some exciting new things, a new employee, first of all, to help augment the team of the CCBHC.
Yes, we have a new person in charge of our Eastern Nevada Behavioral Health Operations Coordinator. Our titles are always very long. Her name is Vicki LaVersa. You'll have her on another show and get into all of her details, but I think it's going to be a great change. I think it's just going to strengthen our team at not only at the CCBHC, but she's also in charge of our Vitality Center, which is our residential substance abuse treatment facility. Wonderful lady. She's a little soft-spoken, which I always love because I am very loud. Most people who know me know I am very, very loud. And I always talk with our coworkers and say, Vicki's soft-spoken, and it makes you listen more and more intently. But yeah, she already has some great ideas on strengthening the team and just making everything a little bit better. And I'm hoping that the community notices how our team has strengthened. And if there are any issues or things that people want brought to the forefront, saying, hey, we've tried your services and we ran into an issue, give me a call. You can always call me. You can get a hold of our clinic itself at 775-777-8477 and say, hey, I'd like to talk to Marianne. And I'll take in the information because Vicki wants to know. She wants to know what's working and what isn't working so that she can fix it. Because I had a conversation with somebody today. I said, if you don't tell me that there's an issue, I don't know about it and I can't fix it. So if you see an issue, let us know, and we're going to try and fix it.
That's perfect, Marianne. And again, it does complement what you're talking about, this growth. It's meeting the needs of the community. In fact, some of the staff is, dedicated and assembling furniture and getting ready to open a brand new facility, right?
Yeah, so our women's house, we are getting the furniture in, and the women's house, for those that don't know, this is the portion where are the females stay for our Vitality Center for our residential substance abuse treatment facility. And the current house is over on Idaho Street. It's an older home. It was built in the early 1900s. So, it has its challenges and issues. And the city helped fund our new women's house. It's over on Southside Drive. It's a very nice house, and we're hoping to have an open house soon to be able to let the city officials and some people from the public actually see what the ARPA money, what we did with it. So it'll be really, really nice for our clients.
Oh, thanks for that update, Marianne. When we come back here on Wellness Wednesday, we're going to talk more about some of those services and how you're helping people as young as age 13, because we do want to remind everyone with the holiday season coming, sometimes you might notice there might be an issue with a family member, and addiction is a form of a mental health concern. So we'll talk more about that when Wellness Wednesday continues, brought to you by Vitality Unlimited Program Services, the VIPs in our community. Welcome back to Wellness Wednesday with Marianne McKown from Vitality Unlimited Program Services, the VIPs in our community, strengthening families and helping to heal. And as we talked about in the last break, Marianne, there sometimes, even this time of year, we're spending more time indoors with family members. You might notice someone struggling a little bit, and there might be some indicators that they could need some treatment, some help or counseling.
Yeah, well, and counseling could come in a lot of different forms. We have our outpatient through our CCBHC, which is our Certified Community Behavioral Health Clinic. But the other thing we really want to make sure that people understand and know, Vitality Center, which is our residential substance abuse treatment facility, it also provides co-occurring mental health services. So people who go into our residential treatment facility also have access to that CCBHC. So, and there is a stigma still involved when somebody has a substance abuse issue, I think there's still that stigma of people thinking that there's something wrong with that person or that they lack some sort of moral fiber, and that's not the case. Substance abuse issues are a mental health issue. They just are. There are plenty of people who go in and they're getting our substance abuse treatment, and this last year, 91%, almost 92% of our clientele had a co-occurring mental health issue. So they have this substance abuse issue and another mental health issue, everything from anxiety to schizophrenia. So, it can run the gamut of different things that go on. But basically, the National Institute of Mental Health defines substance use disorder as a treatable mental disorder that affects a person's brain and behavior, leading to their inability to control their use of substances like legal or illegal drugs, alcohol, or medications. So, and that's the big thing, alcohol. I know opioid is the big thing, and yes, opioid is definitely an issue, a huge issue. But the number one drug that we usually treat for in Vitality Center is alcohol. Alcohol's been with us for a very, very long time. It's not going away, and people are still using it, especially teens. And we really want to make sure people know that if you have a teenager in your life that has substance abuse issues, they can receive help. And one of the facilities that they can receive help at is our Vitality Center. And we can take as young as 13 into Vitality Center for substance abuse issues.
Well, Marianne, thank you for reminding us of that. Again, it might require a residential stay, but it could simply be something resolved with, there may be an underlying physical condition as you talked about, and it may also, the person could benefit from the behavioral health counseling. So it's not just one size fits all. You're going to assess the person and the family situation. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about the success of that mobile therapy van, the people they've been helping, and the places they're going in the weeks ahead and even in the brand new year. In the meantime, if you need help or services, 775-777-8477. Thank you for joining us for Wellness Wednesday today with our guest, Marianne McKown. She's with the Vitality Unlimited Program Services, known as the VIPs in our community, and Vitality Center, of course, with their residential treatment for drug and alcohol. And we were talking in the last break about how Vitality can meet you where you are, not only emotionally and physically, but actually driving a van to your workplace or your home if necessary.
Well, Esther Aquilisi, who's our CEO, she always reminds us we are a practice without walls. What does that mean? Well, because, of course, we're like, well, we have a building. What do you mean? A practice without walls means that we do go out and we meet the client where they're at, whether that's providing telehealth. We have some of our therapists, they do telehealth from home. So some of our clients might be out in Oahe, and they're getting their therapy appointment done, scheduled still through us, but they don't have to leave their home to go get it. Well, the other way that we provide those services is through our mobile therapy van. It's a big white Sprinter van. You will never see any markings on this van because we want to be HIPAA compliant. We want to be discreet. So that way, if somebody does need our services, and let's say, for whatever reason, they just can't make it out their front door, but they really want to see a therapist or one of our targeted case managers, our van can go to them. They can set up an appointment and say, hey, I really want my therapy, but I can't leave my house. Our van will go out. It has its own Wi-Fi, so you don't even have to, if you go, well, I don't have internet service, how am I going to be able to see my therapist via, the screen? Our van has its own Wi-Fi, so we can provide that therapy appointment, and we have been. We have been going out to the humanitarian camp twice a month, every month since June, and we've actually been able to provide mental health therapy appointments to our clients. And basically they get in, our staff takes the van out there. We always have water and some snacks just in case. We're able to take vitals so we can tell if they're physically doing okay. They go in for their appointment. the van closes, it has a great heating system. So, in this cold, and in fact, one of our clients, the client gets to charge their cell phone that's out at the humanitarian camp while they're in their therapy appointment. So they have that therapy appointment, and then we schedule them for their next. And we're trying to help them also at the same time with housing and other things, because our targeted case managers go out with them so that they can schedule them for different services.
Because the reality is there are a lot of services available, but not everybody knows how to connect to those services. Marianne, thank you so much. You're so encouraging, and I know that this outreach has already helped countless people. I mean, that's part of it too. It's the privacy. We don't know how many people will be helped, and that's not the point. It's that they're being helped. And you can find the information online. If you want to get the schedule, for example?
Yes, you can go to our website, which is www.vitalityunlimited.org. We also usually put it on our Facebook page. It's also hanging up in a lot of different places. The county has it, the city, the Elko Library, they have it, PACE Coalition. We have a lot of different organizations. Communities and Schools also has a copy. This station has a copy of the calendar. We always try to make sure that it gets out there and is seen by people.
Thanks, Marianne. When we come back on today's Wellness Wednesday, we're going to wrap up with a little holiday news. There's a special event that the VIPs are hosting and that you can help support. We'll find out about it when Wellness Wednesday continues. Thank you so much, listeners, for joining us as we're visiting with Marianne McKown in studio from Vitality Unlimited Program Services, the VIPs, I should say Vitality Integrated Program Services. They are the VIPs. They also feature a Vitality Center, the residential treatment for drug and alcohol, wraparound services, certified community behavioral health. And that's not all this deep community outreach that you've been able to oversee, Marianne.
Well, we are all about helping our community as a whole. That's the whole point of complete behavioral health. We want to treat the whole person. And some of the staff decided that we really wanted to do something to reach out to the community this holiday season. And our CEO and CFO, Esther and Dottie, they both were very supportive. So one of the main ideas, we will be helping, we're going to be submitting a tree to the Festival of Trees, but we're getting our team involved by having our staff choose the theme of the tree. I know Festival of Trees this year is a small town Christmas. I love this event every year. I've loved it since I was a reporter. I love going to it. It's a fun event. So I'm looking forward to us participating in the event. But then the other thing that the community can really help us on, we are going to be looking for food donations for the senior center for the seniors. I talked with Matt McCarty. A lot of times we wanted to adopt some seniors and get some presents, and he said it's a really hard time trying to get the seniors to write down the gifts that they want because they want to say, I don't need anything. And you're like, but yes, you do. Plus, it'll make me feel better. I want to give. I love giving gifts. So one of the things that we're going to be doing is a food drive. And we're going to be asking people to, we're going to have donation boxes at the CCBHC, which is at 215 Bluffs Avenue. It's those office buildings right above Walmart. And basically, we're going to be taking in food that we're going to be giving back over to the seniors, any of the seniors that are at the senior center, especially the people who are at Meals on Wheels. We're also going to be asking Matt if he would ask the seniors if they have any particular food that they have a hard time getting or that they would like. We're going to encourage non-perishable. However, if the seniors do want something that's perishable, I'm going to make it my concerted effort to make sure that it makes it to the senior center so that everything stays safe. You know, let's say there's a particular type of ice cream that a senior's having a hard time getting. You know, if they want something like that, then great, we're going to hopefully get it to them. The other thing is we're also going to be collecting food for the seniors' pets. Because a lot of seniors, the only companionship they may have is that cat or dog in their home, or maybe a bird. You know, we want to know what food do their pets need, and we're going to ask the community to help us gather that kind of stuff.
Thank you so much, Marianne. And again, for spending some time with us as we're advancing, going into this season, which can be such a joyous time, but can also be such a challenging time. And we just want the community to know that VIPs are there and we're all here. We're all here. We're working on this together.
Absolutely. And I always like to say, Vitality is our name, who we are, and what we offer the community. And we just want to show the whole community that we appreciate them for coming to us for services. But this community is great. This is what's wonderful about living in Elko County is we actually care about our neighbors here. And this is a way we can show it.
Thank you, Marianne. Marianne McKown from Vitality Integrated Program Services, the VIPs in our community. Thank you, listeners, for joining us today.